Do you know what they call the guy who finishes last in his class in medical school? Doctor.
Thank you, Soy. Hi, everybody.
Do you know what they call the guy who gets selected with the last pick on draft day? Usually bad at football. Just kidding, it's Mr. Irrelevant. And despite the long odds of being the least wanted person in the draft, some of these guys actually end up making a difference in this league. Today, we're breaking down the most relevant Mr. Irrelevance in NFL history, and that's coming up right after this. Look, over the years on this channel, you have learned certain below-the-waist male grooming terminology. The taint, the grundle, the gunther, Fremunda cheese. None of these things belong on your face. That's why Manscape has just released the Beard Hedger Pro Kit, a trimmer designed specifically for your beard. Stop using your ball trimmer on your face. The Beard Hedger has a powerful 7,200 RPM motor and a titanium-coated T-blade. I love how it has one guard that has 20 different lengths, so if you are a smooth beard like me or a long beard, it has you covered. Oh, this thing is waterproof, cordless, and rechargeable, so you can trim up top in the shower and grab your lawnmower and head down below. Oh, look at all these other goodies. Beard oil, beard shampoo that is meant to be easy on your skin, and beard conditioner, and even beard balm for facial hair styling. And there's also a beard brush, beard comb, and beard scissor all included. So if you have a beard or know someone that does, this kit is for you or them. Simply go to manscaped.com/5-points and get 20% off and free shipping. Again, it's the Beard Hedger Pro Kit at manscaped.com/5-points for 20% off and free shipping. Chad Kelly. Chad Kelly is relevant via his name alone. You might know his uncle Jim Kelly, the man who brought the Buffalo Bills to the brink of a Lombardi 4 years in a row. Based on his lineage, we were well aware who Chad Kelly was when the Denver Broncos took him with the last pick of the 2017 NFL Draft. We knew about him for some of his on-field accomplishments, but perhaps just as relevant were his antics off of it. Kelly spent his first 2 college seasons at Clemson before he was dismissed from the team for conduct detrimental to the team. Yeah, they had to get rid of him and make room for some guy named Deshaun Watson. Kelly went the JUCO route and then spent a pair of seasons as Ole Miss's starting QB, tossing a combined 50 touchdowns and rushing for another 15. The Denver Broncos took note, and when they acquired the final pick in 2017, John Elway did his old buddy Jim Kelly a solid and drafted the total Chad. Kelly took exactly 1 snap during his season plus in the Mile High City, an end of half kneel down in relief of starter Case Keenum back in 2018. Kelly showed some promise that preseason, may have gotten to actually throw a pass if he hadn't been arrested for criminal trespassing in the wee hours of the morning following Von Miller's Halloween party. According to police reports, an extremely intoxicated Chad Kelly, dressed as Woody from Toy Story, was chased out of someone's home with a vacuum cleaner. Perhaps that was enough for Kelly to clean up his act. And up to Canada he went, and despite entering the game as a backup, Kelly got his chance off the bench and won the Grey Cup in 2022, giving him one more ring than his uncle, Ryan Suckup. 11 years before he became a Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, South Carolina's Ryan Suckup was the 256th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, becoming a member of Todd Haley's Kansas City Chiefs. It didn't take long for Suckup to make his mark in the NFL, making 86% of his kicks as a rookie, the highest field goal percentage of any first-year player in NFL history. In fact, Suckup was better in the pros than he was in college. His final year as a Gamecock, please don't demonetize me, Suckup converted just 20 of his 30 attempts. Ryan quickly won the job in KC, nailed a game winner to beat the Steelers, and was named to the all-rookie team. For 10 years, Suckup enjoyed a successful career in Kansas City and later in Tennessee, but fell on hard times as a Titan in 2019 when he made just 1 of his 6 attempts on the year. That got Suckup released, and as fortune would have it, he landed on a Super Bowl squad in Tampa. In the Bucs' first postseason appearance in 13 years, Suckup was 9 for 9, drilling his only field goal attempt in Super Bowl 55, where he became the first Mr. Irrelevant to start in the Super Bowl. Not bad for a Suckup. Tyrone McGriff. The late Tyrone McGriff was the first Mr. Irrelevant to make waves after becoming the final pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1980. Coming out of Florida A&M as a guard, McGriff was the 333rd overall pick in the 12th round of the draft. That's a sentence that just sounds old, doesn't it? Like me. McGriff hit the ground running for Pittsburgh, joining a team just removed from the final leg of their dynasty, and became not only an immediate starter for one of the NFL's best teams, but was named to the All-Rookie team in 1980. After 3 years in Pittsburgh, McGriff took his talents to the upstart USFL, and he was a stalwart in the lesser league, earning all USFL honors in 1983. After one more year in Donald Trump's league with the Michigan Panthers, McGriff's football career was over, and he spent his last years as a college and high school coach before he unfortunately passed of a heart attack in 2000. John Tuggle. John Tuggle's story is one of the most heartbreaking in all of NFL lore. Drafted with the very last pick of the 1983 NFL draft out of Cal, Tuggle beat the odds and made a stacked Giants team as a rookie fullback. Tuggle started 5 games that year, even finding the end zone, but made his presence felt primarily on special teams, earning praise from his teammates and the distinction of Giants Special Teams Player of the Year. Unfortunately, that was the first and final year he would ever play in the NFL. After a knee injury sidelined him in 1984, Tuggle was also injured in a minor car accident that alerted him to a pain in his shoulder, one that turned out to be cancer. Despite enduring the hardships of chemotherapy, Tuggle continued to work out with the Giants, pushing himself in the weight room and earning the adoration of his teammates and coaches in the process. Tuggle ultimately never made it back onto the field, and days before the 1986 season kicked off, he lost his battle with cancer. The Giants, who had continued to pay for Tuggle's treatment, wore his number 38 on their helmets for the entirety of a season that eventually culminated in the franchise's very first Super Bowl win. Marty Moore. After being picked last in the 1994 draft by the New England Patriots, Kentucky linebacker Marty Moore started a game as a rookie and became a staple on special teams with the New England Patriots for 7 years. Moore became the first Mr. Irrelevant to play in the Super Bowl when the Patriots were defeated by Brett Favre's Packers. 5 years later, in his final NFL game, Moore became the first Mr. Irrelevant to win the Super Bowl when his Patriots took down the greatest show on turf. Jim Finn. Former UPenn fullback Jim Finn blocked 4 years for Tiki Barber. Picked last by the Bears and quickly cut in training camp, Finn finally caught on with the Indianapolis Colts, where he also cleared the way for Edgerrin James for 3 years. Finn went from one Manning to another, joining the Giants in 2003 and sticking around through 2006, but was placed on IR just before the G-Men went on their magical run towards Super Bowl 42. Finn was subsequently released, but he does have a ring, and just as cool, he's one of 2 players, along with Brandon Stokely, to have caught a pass from both Peyton and Eli Manning. And finally, the most relevant Mr. Irrelevant of them all, Brock Purdy. What more can be said about Brock Purdy that hasn't already been covered during his unlikely run to the NFC title game? Purdy was a 4-year starter at Iowa State, putting up impressive numbers in the Big 12, but his lack of size and middling arm strength made him an afterthought in the 2022 NFL Draft. Purdy was discarded in favor of other QBs like Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder, and Sam Howell, but he fell into the perfect situation when the 49ers made him 2022's Mr. Irrelevant. Thrust into the starting lineup following injuries both to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, Purdy engineered a Cinderella run that spanned 7 straight victories, culminating in playoff wins over the Seahawks and the Cowboys in Santa Clara. Purdy may have found himself in a QB-friendly offense, but he ran it as well as anyone on that team. Once inserted into the starting role, BCB as he's better known, he tossed 13 touchdowns and just 3 picks, throwing another 3 in the wild card round in the victory over Seattle. But it all came to an abrupt end. Early in the NFC title game in Philadelphia, Purdy was strip sacked by Hassan Reddick, jarring the ball out of his hand and into the arms of an Eagles defender. And it got worse. Purdy completely tore his UCL, which kept him from throwing the ball more than 5 yards in the air. And then his backup, Josh Johnson, got concussed, and an injured Purdy was forced to make a return despite being unable to grip the football. Purdy will likely have the chance to compete for the starting job in San Francisco next year, but he's already cemented himself as the most relevant pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. As the saying goes, last, but certainly not least.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick.